Bring on the comedy clash, 4 final acts, and who's going home and who is staying. Find out, and we've got Calvin Evans from Bring the Funny here. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Welcome to Bring the Funny AfterBuzz show. We are here live. I'm your host, Jackie Nova, and we've got to my left, Calvin Evans from Bring the Funny. He's incredible. We're going to stay tuned for some more goodies about that. And to my other left here, we have, let's say, she's chopping down the competition with her insights on all the clapback gossip queen bee, Zakiyyah.
What's up?
Oh my God, you got all the insights?
I do, I think so.
She does. She does. This is an all-star panel, let me tell you that. And we've got our TMZ of news, finding out all the juicy gossip. That's Ben Schnau.
Oh my God, TMZ of news, I love that. That's my new title now. All right, people, have you heard that? TMZ of news.
Right.
That's right. And listen, if you're tuning into YouTube, tune in, write your comments, all that good stuff, because Calvin's ready to answer all the details.
I'm telling all the secrets.
Wow.
I'm telling all the secrets to Bring the Funny.
Yes.
That's clickbait. Don't believe me.
You got this. You got this.
And that's right. And for those of you who are just wondering, Flobo Boyce is not with us because he's doing a stand-up gig back east, and he is also doing, like, he's spending time with his family. Flobito, we miss you.
We're thinking of you, man. You're going to smash it. We love you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, you know what? I just want to introduce our guest officially, Calvin Evans. Mm-hmm. He's from Chicago. He is here with us at AfterBuzz. Listen, I mean, like, Second City Conservatory, you just wrapped that up. Eddie Murphy is like your favorite, right?
Eddie Murphy was the first comedian I started watching as a kid, but I say Bernie Mac is just my favorite.
Nice. Bernie Mac,
Nice.
he's a good one. And Martin Lawrence you were mentioning also.
Yeah, I mean, just like those comedy acts growing up, they were very like important to my formative comedy years. Like, I didn't know I wanted to be a comedian, but watching those, like, they made me like want to do what they did.
And when did you want to be a comedian?
I don't think I was always a fan, like a huge fan growing up, but it wasn't until someone asked me in college, like, hey, can you perform at the show? You funny? And I was like, yeah, I'll try it out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how it is,
And
right?
look at where he is now.
Here I am.
Right?
All the way.
All the way.
To Bring the Funny.
Now tonight's show, guys, like, what are your overall thoughts on this?
I mean, a lot of surprises, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of shocking moments, and I was like, really? And then, I mean, I had a happy moment, but I had a lot of sad moments for me personally, to be honest. I don't know how you feel. You know? Becky, how you feel? Zakiyyah?
Oh,
Yeah?
this one was a little tough. I felt like I enjoyed the show, but I enjoyed the last show before that and the one prior to that more. And not to say that anyone was bad. This one, I was like,
But Frangela made it.
Yeah. We're gonna surprise Calvin.
Those are friends.
Listen,
we know them.
I kind of felt like there was a lot of fun and there was a lot of weird.
Right.
Yes.
But I'm going to give you guys a little tease here, guys, because we've got bestie battles. We got Renaissance Man over here. We're going to find out why they call him Renaissance Man. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, it's just a whole lot going on. Yeah. Well, so our first act, which is Battle of the Besties, and then chime in as much as you want. We've got Rockdale Davis versus Matt Rife.
Oh man, that's
tough.
It
was very tough, but I
Yeah.
really have to say, and I think we talked about that already. Matt Rife, is this handsome, good-looking dude, and everyone is, oh my God, he's just good-looking. He never made it as a comedian or something like that. And I feel like that makes it even stronger to me, seeing him on stage and performing and smashing it.
Yeah.
To be honest, and also
He's
talking
funny.
about the horoscope thing, about that a lot of people believe in that. You're like Aquarius, so you're gonna be like this and that. But then he said something really funny, and I always think about that. If my parents would have made it earlier or later in life, making me.
That's what the hand motion
Exactly,
was.
the hand motion, like, that's, you know what I mean with that, right?
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
It's love. That's pure love, people, right? But honestly, if they would have done it a couple of weeks after, I wouldn't be Aquarius. So that means I would be a completely different person. My behavior would be different just because my parents had sex a couple of weeks later.
Wow, he's taking it deep.
I mean, I like that stuff.
You went right into the
I
joke.
think you need to have a conversation with Matt.
I mean, I would love to have that Matt, by the way.
He falls in, you know what, guys? He falls in love with everybody. Let me just tell you, Kelvin. Watch out, because he falls in love with everybody.
I loved you last week, Kelvin.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. I
We
appreciate it.
did.
And FYI, we felt like you should have definitely gone through. And we're not saying that because you're here, but that's what we felt.
True,
yeah, for sure,
truth.
for sure.
So much truth to it. Honestly, I was so distraught when you didn't. But I do want to mention something about Matt and Rocky. So I felt like that was a big, huge clash, and they're both super funny. But as the judges was saying, Matt is a little bit more seasoned. He just was very confident. He came out, he interacted with the judges, which I was super shocked how he was going to make a transition to like interacting with the judges to then telling a joke. I'm like, okay, if he doesn't nail this, it's over, because you can't just do that out of nowhere. So I do think he deserved it, but I was sad to see Rocky go, because he was funny.
He's like to me, and see, tell me if I'm right or wrong. He's like to me like the sort of like a hillbilly funny, but he's funny. I feel like he relates a lot with Jeff.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
for sure.
What
They're
do
from the
you
same
think
area,
about
right?
that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they both are extremely funny, but it's like you got like a cool young dude, and then you got like a Stetson. He like the Stetson cowboy guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's just like
obviously
two different styles, but yeah, both funny.
Definitely,
so that's
definitely.
rough.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. But so, because you don't even know, but we're gonna let you know now. You want us to let you know who won?
Yeah.
It's who do you think?
Well, it sounds like Matt won.
Yes, he did.
Oh, did I spoil that? Shoot. Okay, yeah, he did.
He did. And they were both talking about similar things too, like dating, relationships.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It was weird.
I felt like Matt should have won. I just felt he was funnier.
Yeah, me too.
I just felt he was
But
funnier.
again, guys, I have to ask you, what do you think about horoscope? Do you believe that stuff?
I
don't know.
do.
I mean, do you really believe that?
Are you an Aquarius?
I am.
I'm an Aquarius too.
Oh, really? Oh, respect. I love that.
Actually, I'm a
What is your
Scorpio.
birthday?
You don't believe it, and now you like respect. That don't even make sense.
Women don't understand.
You know what? I really just never got this whole horoscope thing, so I don't know.
Yeah.
It was funny, but it wasn't super relatable to me, because I was just kind of like, I just know I'm a Scorpio. That's
Right.
about it. Because every time I tell somebody like November 9th, they're like, oh, Scorpio.
Yeah.
Ooh, you're like devilish. And I'm like, what?
Oh, that's deep.
You're an
That's
angel.
deep. I'm like such an angel.
I know nothing about horoscopes.
Oh, me too.
I know nothing.
I have no
It's just
idea.
like if you talk long enough, I feel like if you read long enough, you're gonna find something that pertains to you.
Exactly.
That's so true.
You know,
That's so true.
I like horoscopes, but honestly, I only know what Google tells me, and I only know what when I'm
Google tells
So I just look it up, and Google says that Aries, this is what you are, and I'm like, oh, okay. Like, so
I love that.
I love her. She's
That's my
very
sense of
gullible.
So that means all your knowledge
Whatever
is
you say,
created by Google.
I'm just saying, I
Wow.
Google it, and Google told me, so I
Well,
believed it.
sounds like it's unanimous, and that we're all super excited that Matt went fine. So
Yeah.
he's moving forward, because
sure.
I think he should have, and we all think the
Yeah.
same thing. Although we also thought Calvin should have moved forward. So what's up? What's up? Well,
Vote me back on the show next week.
yeah, you never know.
I'm just joking. I get y'all a call-in number. Hashtag
Hashtag.
bring Calvin back.
That's right. Everybody, please
I like
bring
that.
Calvin back.
Let's create an army. Let's create an army.
I'm almost. Oh wow, we're gonna leave that for prediction. Hold up a second. Let's go to the next contestants. Okay. We have Frangela versus Drea Lopez. What is your take on that one?
That was hard.
I thought about my grandma right away, and I loved it. I really loved it. I mean, my grandma was always wearing these house coats every time, and I was like, Dan, it's exactly how it is. If you think about women back in the days, no offense to you guys, right? But back in the days, women and women today, I like that old school stuff.
I didn't
I
have
like
a
that. They
fence.
always had stuff in their pockets. You didn't want that? Of course, I got you.
Okay,
you know? I was
Ben.
like-
Okay, so you're gonna get us house coats for Christmas.
Of course.
Honestly, Ben, I didn't take offense until you said no offense. Like, and then I'm like,
Oh,
should I
sorry.
be offended?
Okay, no offense. I like old school women.
Old school women. Well, I really enjoyed the house coats. You
Yes.
didn't get to see
I
the
didn't see
act
it.
yet, but
I
he
didn't
see it.
will. But
So whose sketch or character was this?
this was Frangela.
Frangela.
With the house coats.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I thought it was brilliant because everybody can relate to having a nanny or grandma or
Right.
even a mom that still likes to wear
Right.
their house coats. So I absolutely loved her act. I did like Andrea, but I don't know. I don't know. She looks kind of the same in each
Exactly.
act for me. Like each impersonating, like she impersonates these people, but they seem a little bit too close.
Yeah,
Yes,
I mean,
to me.
the voices are great that she does, and it sounds exactly like the people, right? But
I don't feel like
there's
it sound
nothing
exactly like the
special
people.
about it to me, to be honest.
Okay, to be honest, I feel like she's amazing. Like
She's good, yeah.
to
Of
even
course.
get those characters and impersonate them that well is a talent. The one thing I do need to say is I don't like how she brought Kourtney Kardashian up again, because she
That's
did
true.
it before. So that kind of made it dry for me, because I'm like, you did this already. But the other character she impersonated, they were amazing. Frangela, they brought something new. They brought something fresh.
Right.
Completely.
And that's why I think they did deserve to go on. But she's amazing. Like, I can't take any
Yeah.
talent away from her.
Yeah, it's just like Jeff was saying. Like, I understand, like, and even Kenan was saying, I know you girls were very high all the way through on their sketch, but it's okay because we just know that you guys have that range. You know how to bring it down. So you saw when because they won, we're going to let you know.
Okay.
They went through, and
Right.
we felt that they should have went through.
Right.
As acts, because you know Frangela and you know Drea Lopez, who would have you thought would have gone through?
Man, I
That's
mean,
hard.
just, being on the show and having some time. I think I was around Andrea Moore, and I think the first time I met Andrea, I didn't. She was like, one time she was like in costume for Chad, and then the next time she was just like herself, and I introduced myself to her like, oh, I don't think we met. She was like, you met me. I was Chad. I just had, oh man, But it's hard. I think it's hard for her, who was an individual act, to go up against two people that kind of balance each other out. Because you kind of get like a 1-2 punch with a two-person team versus one.
True.
So it's just like she's going into it by herself. And I didn't see the battle, but I know both acts are great.
Right.
So it's. On this show, it's just what you bring that day.
Yeah,
That's
it's
right.
so true. It's
That's
so
right.
true.
So what did you think, Zakiyyah?
No,
with Frangela?
I was agreeing with you.
Oh,
Like, that's a
echoing,
good reference to make, is that she is by herself. And I feel like when I view her, I don't see her by herself, which is not fair, because I'm looking at her like, oh, she has a whole team, but she's literally by herself. So that's even more talented in itself. But Frangela, I mean, I love them. They got a soft place in my heart.
They do.
And
I think
like,
they're gonna go far, actually, right? But it's a good point. I think she did a great Paris Hilton tonight. It's hot.
Yes.
It's hot. I didn't even realize that Paris Hilton always said it's hot. You are hot.
does.
Everything is hot. She always said that?
She just hasn't been around for a while.
I haven't
she
seen
said
her.
that. She said that
She
too.
does? I haven't seen her in ages.
She should have came out with a little chihuahua or whatever she always
That's a
has
good
in her
one.
purse.
But she did it great.
She did.
But
Yeah.
that's a very interesting point. I always ask myself, would Frangela work just by itself if you just separate them? You know what I mean? They work great as
Well,
a
they
team,
are
but then
just
comparing,
queen-
of course, and we
queen
love them. They've
improv.
been on the show. They're great as a team,
Yeah.
but then comparing it to Andrea, who does it all by herself. If you just split Frangela and just have Angela or Francis or something doing that like separately,
No.
I
would
think
that
they would
also-
be hysterical
You know
by
what I mean?
themselves.
Yeah, of course, but it would be great to see that too
Oh,
in a
sure.
way, right?
Yeah.
So
But
that's interesting.
they're a duo, so it's
But I know where you're coming from, Kelvin, saying that, you know,
Yeah.
so I get that.
And
so.
I mean, Andrea is impersonation. She's doing characters.
That's right.
And they're more so sketch.
That's
you know what I'm
true.
saying? So it's like
That's
we're gonna. It's a story.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
This is a scene that's happening, and she's like, "Oh, I'm going to do this series of characters."
Yeah.
So
No, I get that. I totally
Yeah.
agree.
yeah.
And we cannot take away from the fact that Frangela, together or separate, they do their own separate things. Like they are bosses.
Yeah,
Oh, I see. I have to
they've
see that.
been bosses before Bring the Fun.
I would love to see that.
But
Yeah.
like together, they're just like a dynamic
duo.
bomb. Like,
I totally believe that. Oh my God,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. It's just, I would like to see it. So maybe at some point
I
I'm just
agree.
calling them, you know?
Yeah. Well, talking about hot, let us know how hot AfterBuzz is, Zakiyyah.
yes, it is burning up in here. And you want to know why? Because we absolutely love what we do. And it makes us super excited to the point we set everything on fire. No. But, but honestly, in order to help us grow, guys, make sure you go to our YouTube and give us many thumbs up, as our friend Ben over here would say. Make sure you give us 5 stars on iTunes. And honestly, just keep showing us love. Go in the live chats, because we are here and we are the ESPN of TV Talk, and we cannot thank you more for always following us, and we want to continue to bring the funny to you. So
That's for sure.
And from that note, well, we have the next duo that goes and
Yes.
clash together. It's
Right.
Drennan Davis versus Valleyfolk. I just want to say real quickly before I pass it on to you guys. Boo! I'm sorry. What were the judges thinking with Valleyfolk?
Right.
Oh my God!
Folk. Yeah.
Folk. They got me so messed up. I'm calling them Valleyfolk. It's Valleyfolks. I just did not laugh. And I love people, and I love all kind of different acts, but this just did not move me.
I agree.
I feel like for me
it.
personally, both acts didn't work. To be honest, Drea, he's talented, right? And he's singing his songs and stuff like that, and he's working with his machine that he has on the floor and stuff like that. But sometimes you just have that moment where you just don't laugh. You don't get it. Maybe I'm not getting it. And it's fine. But also Valleyfolks, right? That was a little for me personally a little over the top at some point. At the beginning it was kind of funny the robot coming in and saying your husband is dead. Your husband.
I just felt like it was dead.
I know.
Dead every 2 seconds.
The first 2-3 times I got it, and I felt like that's kind of funny in a way. But then they did it over and over again. I was like, oh man, that's too much now.
I thought Drennan Davis was hysterical.
Oh really?
His impersonations, his musical talents. I didn't even see that before when he performed. I thought it was because he really didn't stick out for me out of all the acts, and then this time I was like, he stuck out. Did you get to meet these guys, the Drennan Davis and Valley?
Drennan was the guy. He came out the first with the big.
Yeah.
Is that him?
We don't remember.
No, he always had the machine. He had the machine. Maybe I don't know if you did that last time. The machine on the floor where he basically creates the beat by himself and then he's singing to the beat.
Yeah.
These kind of machines.
I feel like you said at first Drennan wasn't. He didn't stick. Right? He didn't stick because there's so many great acts, so he didn't stick. So we don't.
That's for sure.
Yeah, but he's good now. But
Okay.
He's good now. He passes the AfterBuzz panelist approval.
Right.
So who won?
He didn't win, and
No.
he should have won.
Yeah,
he should have went through.
So Valleyfolk won, and I agree with you. It was so repetitive. It wasn't. Yeah, it was.
Yay!
I know.
Zakiyyah agrees.
Is this
with
an AfterBuzz
that.
moment right now?
Yes.
Bring the funny AfterBuzz
God, that's so
moment.
beautiful. You agree with me? God damn. Sorry.
It's all hands now.
Oh,
Psych.
can I touch
Okay,
it? No.
anyways.
Oh, man.
Sorry, Kelvin. It's a little sexual.
Easy
Sexually,
go, man. That
That's all right.
win.
I'm lonely.
No, but I thought Drennan was super creative. I mean, to mix
Right.
Notorious B.I.G. and Piggy, Miss Piggy, he mixed those two. I mean, in order to mix a Seinfeld and Genuine, that was funny. It was boom, boom. It was funny. And
Genuine, yeah.
Oh, you got a one. Oh man, he just killed that.
Yes, and then Valleyfolk, I didn't.
I was disturbed.
Yeah, I was.
Like Chrissy was just like, oh my God, I was cracking up, and now everybody knows that I love darkness. I was just like, wow, that's really dark.
Yeah, I'm even at a loss of words because I couldn't believe it, but maybe their other bits took them to the next round. That's the only thing I can say. Maybe Drennan wasn't strong enough the first time and the second time to take him to the next. That's all I can say. That's what I hope the judges were thinking.
Maybe it was like an overall thing, and they're like, I think we want to see what else Valleyfolk can do.
And again, it's very subjective. We talked about that, right? That's what comedy is. You can't make everyone laugh.
You can't.
That's how it
You
is,
cannot. You cannot. So then we're going to get to the last final crash, and then we're going to get to what everybody wants to know more about Calvin Evans. All right, so the final...
Is that what y'all want to know?
Yes!
Oh, yeah.
Yes, exactly. So, okay, this last stand-up comedy duo here, Orlando Leyva, El Latino. I've seen him in so many Spanish things. I swear, I know I've seen him. He's hysterical.
Oh, as an actor?
Yes.
But no, just doing stand-up and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And versus Ali Sadiq. Okay, so what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, I like Orlando. He has a very specific vibe when he comes on stage. He feels always a little nervous. I think he's just playing that because that's part of his character, right? But I kind of like that. And I also like that he's always talking about his wife and the kind of relationship they have because it makes it very personal. I think we all have that situation in our life where we love our wife or our girlfriend, but then it's something like, oh damn, it's annoying right now.
Same.
I just want to leave. The same with men. I got that.
No.
But then Ali, I really have to say, Ali came on stage. He was taking a seat, and he said, "Hey." And boom, he got my attention immediately in a second. I was like, whoa. And I was so focused on this guy. I don't know how you feel about it. I was like, I was really in the story for the whole of time. I was like, wow, he got such a strong presence on stage. That was amazing to me. Never felt that before. Honestly, I think I've never had that feeling before watching someone doing stand-up like that crazy.
Wow.
When he said, hey.
Well, yeah, he does definitely command attention.
Oh, yeah,
and
for sure.
that's what the judges were saying. If you could just like take a little breather, he said it to Matt as well. If you could take like a little breather and chill for a second.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that's a little bit harder than being said, because when you're doing that, you're kind of like, I got 2 minutes, and I gotta like. I want to give you right.
That's
I mean, this is
true.
not the feeling. Like, how did you feel when you were like on stage? Right.
It's like you gotta walk out and get right into it.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, like. You don't. It's not a lot of time to really get people to know you. So so you have to through your set and your personality. You just kind of like got to come across. But it's not like an actual like comedy club where you can walk in and be like, hey, how y'all doing?
I got you.
You know, and kind of ease into it. It's like you just kind of
punch.
And I think maybe he did that on purpose because Orlando is always this kind of quick guy too. He talks very fast, I feel, and I think Ali just wanted to slow it down to have a complete contrast at the very beginning.
Well, and they're really good friends. Like,
they are.
I mean, they're close.
They know each other.
It's just like Matt and it's like they're really good friends.
Right.
And they've been doing comedy together in the circuit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what did you think about these two acts?
Well, for me, I think that Ali, he really took ownership of the stage. He utilized the stage. Again, I like visually saw everything he said. I like when you paint a picture for me, because you paint the picture for me and I'm following you the entire time once you're doing your bit.
For sure.
So I feel like for him, he came off very strong. And then also, he didn't just stay, because I feel like Orlando kind of uses his wife as a crutch, and he keeps using that joke. But Ali, he was like, okay, I'm 40. Like, it was a lot of bits.
I'm over 40.
I'm over 40. I'm playing basketball now. My son. Now I'm laid out on a stretcher like the NFL. Like he said so much that. It's not just like, oh, this is for you and your wife because you guys have this relationship, or like you know what this feels like. It's like, okay, this is for my young people, my old people, my people who got kids, and that's why I really was like, okay, instantly. It was a no-brainer. As soon as he left the stage, I'm like, all right, that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty magical when you can get to that stage of doing stand-up where you can be like, boom.
It was thought out.
I'm gonna take a seat, put it out.
Exactly.
I'm gonna take a drink. That's like 4 seconds, 5 seconds. But who cares? Because he's like, I got this. Bam. So yeah, he's very. It's like he should have his own special already. But we also think you should have your own special.
He does have a special.
He does have a special.
He did a special in a prison.
Like he was in prison?
Like he went to a prison. He filmed it inside a prison.
Oh, wow.
He filmed inside.
Wow,
awesome.
We gotta watch that.
I mean, I also have to say, I just wanted to add something very quickly, if you don't mind.
No, go for it.
I think his story was very well thought out, to be honest, right? And then on top of it, his physicality this time. Yeah. I don't know. You haven't seen it yet, right?
Actually, that was actually posted online.
Oh, you have seen it.
So him like what you're saying, like the stretcher. Like, he made a chair and a stool into a stretcher.
Yes.
I love that idea.
And then adjusted it to show them bringing the kids, and like it was just like that. That's very good.
That was dope. That was really special to me, because everyone can just stand there and talk about it, but he created that story.
No, he creates a whole world for you.
That was amazing.
And I mean, I have to say, I love, and I'm not going to discredit Orlando. Orlando's hysterical.
Oh yeah.
His funny like little twitch that he's like, that little thing that he does. He's really funny, and his material is really funny. You know what I'm saying? Right. I love it, and I was like, ay Dios mío, make it through. But it's like, I have to agree with the judges. Like, I mean, Ali he just had something a little bit more, because some people just might not get Orlando, because they might, all right, we already get it that Orlando is not nervous on stage. It's just his little twitch that he has. That thing that he does. Yes. But it's like, some people just might not fully get it. So I don't know. I think that it's cool. Ali went through. Yeah. And have you gone in the circuit with Ali or Orlando?
I met Orlando doing NBC stand up. Last year he was a finalist. I'm not sure what year it was, but I met him. He hosted that show. Nice. But I mean, Ali, I mean, they both great. And I mean, it just go back to that conversation where it's like everybody's good. Comedy is subjective, and it shows somebody has to go home.
Yeah, I mean, you guys compete on the highest level. To be honest, you're the best of the best, right? So
that is right.
No question about
Can you tell me if you do this? Because I feel like this is a super OG move when you're doing stand up. And Ali did it tonight. You take the pole, you move it, you put it behind you, and then you flap the cord. Every OG that's in comedy do that. Like they're like, all right, let me tell y'all.
No, you definitely, especially like on TV, but on stage also, you just get the mic stand out the way, because what happens is if the mic stand is standing there, you put your hand on it, and it just cuts off half of your body. A lot of times you just kind of like, and you end up just kind of being lazy on stage. But
Interesting.
Get it out the way so you had a whole stage.
That's right. That's like that. Seriously, isn't that like comedy 101?
I didn't know that.
You see a stand-up comic not moving the mic stand back and the cord along with it, immediately guarantee that people are just maybe not like the regular audience, but people that are stand-up comedians are gonna be like, okay, already super amateur. Because it's you really need to do that. That's like a
It feels
thing.
like, it almost feels like, or looks like that you're kind of opening a door to people, just like, hey, I'm here now, let me open to you, and now I'm basically getting started or something, you know?
I mean, I think it varies. Like Kevin Hart, his first special, Grown Little Man, he kept the mic in the stand the entire set. Yeah.
Oh, you could. I agree. Like you could have the mic in the stand, but there's also that thing that people like to do, and they take the mic out and then they leave the stand right in front of them, and it's like, well, you're okay. That's annoying. That's like distracting. That's like so unprofessional. Like move it back. Yeah. But if you're just keeping the mic, that's totally cool.
That stand is very limited.
So would you say it varies? So if like you do this, you have a certain bit, and it's like, okay, my persona, what I'm trying to convey to the audience is timid, shy, something else. But when you do this, it's like, okay, I'm about to tell them, is that a thing?
I mean, it varies by the comedian. I know me. I used to be the person. I used to be leaning on a mic stand, and then someone told me like, "Dude, you cutting off your body, and you just kind of you let." Also, like in improv, when you improvise and they say on the back wall like, "Don't lean on anything," because what happens is if you sit in a chair doing improv, they say don't lean back because then you rest in that character. But if you up, you're ready to be a part of the scene. So so for me and some other comedians, it's like, all right, let me open this stage up and be able to utilize the stage and not cut the stage off and be stuck in one place.
By the way, talking about Kevin Hart, have you ever met him before? Have you ever met or worked with Kevin Hart or something?
I have. I did the first season of Heart of the City.
I was gonna say you did Heart of the City, right?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Talk about it a little bit. So what did you guys do?
How it is to work with Kevin Hart.
You know, we it was the first time they did it, so it was almost like a test run. So they I'm sure I can't remember all the cities, but they came to Chicago. It was myself, Tanisha Rice, Josh Johnson, and Erica Clark, all great comedians. And to like people like you see if you follow him on social media, like you see his work ethic, but like they literally came in and filmed the entire episode in like one day. Wow. Like we did like the intro, then he left, and then he did like some sketch stuff, and then they came and they filmed the show at the famed Jokes Notes Comedy Club in Chicago. And then he left the club, and then his next post on Instagram was like, on a plane to the next city.
Wow. That's crazy.
Like we literally walked off stage. It was just like, hey man, y'all looking at the next generation of comedians, and we all walked off stage behind him, and then the security guard stopped us. He kept walking. I don't even think he looked back. He was just like, all right, the card, all right. He's gone. We out. Let's go.
Oh my God, you just impersonated him.
That was good though. That was dope.
Thought Kevin Hart was next to me.
No, you didn't.
Oh, you killed it, Kelvin.
Look at that.
And tell us, like, you also worked on Shameless. Like, oh my God, how cool is that? I love that show.
You know what? I did Shameless. I went in for that audition. I was I living in Chicago.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about the show. I went in. Audition in an audition, I just improvised something within the audition. And it was like, and the casting director was like, "Oh my God, can you do that again?" And I did it again, and I booked the role. I didn't know what the show was, and I was telling people, I was like, "Yeah, some show named Shame," and it was like, everybody's like, "Are you serious?" Like Shameless.
Yeah, that's like a big deal show.
And I was able to be in the scene with William H. Macy.
Oh my gosh,
it was
are you kidding?
Cool.
But what did you do? What did you improvise? I'm curious now.
So
what did
in the scene, I'm playing like this drug dealer, right? Corner boy, whatever. And in the scene, I'm like, William H. Macy is coming to like take over selling drugs for his son. So in the scene, I turn and I say, he here to see you. But I turned and I was like, some old MF here to see you. Like I just kind of improvised that.
Oh, so you had sides, but you just decided to improv.
Like in the middle part, because it was just like in the script, it was like walk to the car, like you hear something and then come back. But I improvised that that small conversation between me and the person in the car. Awesome. It was like, oh, okay. And they ended up using it in the show.
And I gotta tell you,
that's awesome.
A lot of the casting that I'm noticing is they really want to see heavy on improv. So kudos for that. You're also on NBC Chicago PD.
Yes.
Yeah, that was cool.
That
I
must
played a
be-
pimp, so I was a I was a
Pimp Calvin.
that was fun.
That was fun,
That
yeah.
was fun, yeah.
So then, then it would be correct that you not only want to do stand up, you also love being an actor.
Absolutely, and I have a tremendous amount of respect for actors. Just like the way I go about comedy is like I'm a comedian first, but if I'm gonna step into somebody else's lane, I want to make sure that I'm putting in that work and I'm taking it serious. Because a lot of times people want comedians. You see like a lot of comedic actors, or not comedic actors, but you see a lot of comedians get acting roles because you're funny. But it's a lot of actors that's just like you kind of stepping in our lane, and you don't take it seriously. So I make sure anything that I step into, I'm getting.
I respect that.
I was
really
reading
respect
that about you on your website, because he has a website, folks.
So right, check it out.
I'm gonna update it sooner or later.
Yeah, and it's talking about how you lean in, and if you love the piano, you want to learn the piano because you don't want to just like half ASS stuff. Here I am, not trying to curse.
Right.
That's what Aquarius do.
Yeah, that's what we do. Michael Jordan's the Aquarius.
Of course.
So what are you? Sorry.
No, go ahead, sweetheart.
So what are you most proud of? I mean, in any part or aspect of your career now, what are you most proud of?
I think when I graduated from, I started doing comedy in college. Wasn't sure how to be a comedian, and I graduated. I started working for the Boys and Girls Club, and every day I would tell kids, follow your dreams, follow your dreams, follow your dreams. And I was at work every day, and I was like, man, I'm not following mine. So when I quit my job and I pursued comedy like full time, I wasn't sure how to go about it, but my goal was to be an example to those kids that I was telling them to follow their dreams. So I hope that, some of them, they reach out to me, but it's just like, man, you actually doing it, you know what I'm saying? So that time, that 9 years that I've been at it since I quit my job is
So
like...
9 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's high five. That's amazing. Holy cow.
But you're from Chicago, born and raised, right?
Yeah.
So when did you come out to LA? Because you live in LA now, right? Or is that...
I'm wherever I need to be.
That's
Gypsy King.
That's a good way of saying
He
it.
said, don't clock him. He wherever.
That's okay. I got
That's
you.
okay.
I'm wherever I need to be.
No, that's smart.
Well, you know what?
That's smart.
Talking about where we need to be, Ben's got a little news for
Oh my
us.
God,
It's
really?
short and sweet,
Okay.
folks, and then we're gonna get back to Calvin Evans.
Okay, now I'm nervous. No, I like that sound. So I have a couple news for you guys, and the first one I would like to start with is a shout out to Kenan Thompson, because he has 2 shows in December at a knitting factory in Brooklyn. So
Wow.
7 December and 8 December. So maybe you can still get tickets. If you want to check it out, just Google it, Kenan Thompson in Brooklyn in December. You probably get some tickets. So big shout out to this guy, because I like him. I think he's
like
a
him too.
very
Yeah,
real
he's
person,
amazing.
very direct.
Yeah.
And I think we need more like these people in the industry, to be honest. Like, come straight to the point, say how it is, and we can move on.
He's
I
been
like that about
working
him.
since forever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that was more on a serious note, but now more like a funny thing I wanted to show you. Boom. Whose lips are those? What do you think?
Chrissy.
Oh yeah, Chrissy. And everyone, I just wanted to show you that picture because it's very interesting, because a lot of people online said, oh my God, she got new Botox or something in her lips and stuff like that. But she got an infection or something, so she went to Utah and now is blaming her own state where she was coming from, born and raised. Oh my God, Utah did something crazy. They got poison over me and something like that, and everyone went viral. But if you look at the picture, come on, it's not too bad, right? I mean, there's worse than that in life.
It do look bad.
I mean, her lips are almost like that in real life too, right? I mean,
They're
Really?
full, but they're not that full.
But-
I think she almost wishes it would just stay like that.
so they're not real? Is that what you're saying?
Hey, I didn't say it, you said it.
Okay. Sorry, Chrissy, I still love you though. Anyway.
We still
so-
love you, Chrissy.
I know.
And Kenan and Jazz.
Yes.
And now the special news is about you, Calvin.
Oh, what happened?
Oh yeah, because I found something on Instagram that I wanted to share with the whole world one more time. And Jonathan, can you please play the video?
Hang on, guys. I actually do not have it up. Give me
That's
hold
okay.
on a
We still
second.
love you though,
Listen,
because
we
it's a
still-
very interesting video. I wanted to show you that Calvin
man.
was posting.
I'm nervous.
And it's deep though, guys. It's very deep. What's going to happen next?
Take a drink. We're making Calvin nervous here in the studio.
Ban him.
We have
put
to.
a lot of stuff on Instagram.
That's okay.
I don't know.
No, but it's real. It's deep, and I like it though.
I
like
this
it.
video.
And
Oh.
guys,
All right,
check this out.
everyone. We got it up.
Check this out, people.
Motivation. Stop being surprised at things out of where they are. You're the only person out here talking about some, oh, so it's like that. Yes, it's exactly like that. That's how it's been. Everybody knows this except you. Just because you've been in denial or ignoring the obvious, don't try to act like people changed on you. Wake up. There's motivation. If you can't be the change you want to see, then really you don't want change. You had to myself, I'm sick and I'm tired. No, you content and you comfortable. You're not really mad about nothing. You just like to complain. Just say that. Just say I like to complain about shit, and people just tell you right up front, hey, shut the fuck up.
Thank you, Justin. Thank you. I like that. But honestly, when I watched the video, I was like, wow, that's so true, man. I like that. And I watched all your Instagram, not all of it, but a couple videos. And you did a lot of those videos. So I'm just curious, how did you come up with that idea? Because I love that.
So I do motivations. So you go online, you see a lot of people do like motivational, like, oh, you got to believe in yourself. You got to, and I feel like we all have self-doubt. And like I originally started doing it because I was having self-doubt, and it was just like, if I could say it out loud and I could smile saying it's like it's not real, it's not that. So I think I do motivations for people that's on like the fence. If you serious about it, this won't affect you. But if you're not serious about it, then you're gonna be like, oh. So I had like people, friends and stuff, be like, man, you talking about me? I'm like, I don't know your life. These are thoughts that I have, you know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of times, like people, we make things up in our head and we not confident in what we doing. So it's just like either you're gonna go for it or you're gonna quit. So I'm trying to nudge you to, if you're ready to quit, let me help you quit.
I know, honestly, I love that because you took a challenge 9 years ago, right? You said, hey, I quit my job, I go for my dream, right? But as we all know, doing something like that, I did it myself. I'm from Germany, right? I left Europe, I came to the US because I still have that dream too, obviously, right? But it's also a challenge. And I think all of you guys, if you have a dream and you go for it, there are going to be times where it's challenging, where it's tricky to figure it out, but you're going to make it if you not stop believing in yourself.
That's right.
And that's why I love that video so much. And I think that's the same way of how you think about your own life too, right?
No, absolutely. So, I mean,
I'm thinking that's why you do it.
Yeah,
because you believe in your dreams. We all believe in our dreams. I mean, I moved from New York, and Zakiyyah
traveled all the way from Buffalo, New York to LA.
Exactly.
I mean,
we all came here from a different place because we want to follow our dreams.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's about not giving up. I think that's also something that I realized. I met a lot of people in LA from Europe, from Germany, wherever in Europe, right? And at some point, people left LA again because they felt like, oh my God, it's not going to happen for me. And I was like, hey, how long did you stay in LA? About a year or two. I said, are you serious? You can't expect to make it work in 1 or 2 years. Some people tell me as the European, hey Ben, you have to give yourself 10 years at least. I said, oh really? Okay, even if it's 15, I don't mind.
Exactly.
And that's the way how people have to think, I feel,
So now that we're thinking.
Sorry, I'm very deep today, but I needed to say that.
You're an Aquarius, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, I dig that stuff, really. I really do.
He's an Aquarius, so
you dig it. You dig it. I'm a Scorpio.
I don't
so we're
cry,
going to get to predictions. What are we thinking?
And now, you're AfterBuzz TV.
Predictions.
So let's go.
Let's get to it. Okay, Zakiyyah, your prediction.
My prediction, I'm not going to make it about the show today. I'm going to make it about you.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I predict so much more for you in the future. So much in acting, yes, and stand-up. And I am happy and proud to say that I met you, I had a conversation with you, and you're going to go far, and I know it. So,
Thank you. Thank you. She put the juju on me.
I did.
She did. You know what? She spoke it into existence. So, Calvin, we predict you're going to go very far. We're going to see you in the big screen. We're going to all work together and make a big movie, and we'll all get great laughs that it's like, it's all good. Yeah. But my prediction for the actual show, I feel like Frangela is going to go... It's very far, and I cannot forget Lou Burgers. I would love for them to actually compete against each other.
That would be great.
They might.
What do you think, Ben?
Would be, yeah, definitely. I totally agree. But I also feel like Rife, right? That's his Rife, right? Do I say it correctly?
Yeah, you got it right.
I think he's like a secret weapon. Yeah. I think he's going to go far. I think people still think, oh, this handsome guy. What can he do to us? I think he's going to smash it.
Well, he makes me laugh.
I think
he
has a good package for me. You know what I mean? I think he's confident. He's good looking, obviously. But that's not all about it. But I think his jokes are really great. He got good punchlines.
I think I think Mike and Ali are gonna go battle against each other, and I think Luber and Frangela are gonna go battling against each other.
That'd be nice.
That's what I think.
That would be great. Yeah. That would be great.
So, well, Calvin, any other thoughts? If anybody out there wants to give up, what's the last thing you want to say to them? Like, hey, do not give up. Any notes or. Because you've been doing stand-up.
No, if you pursue the dream, quit. No, I'm sure. I I mean, I don't know anything further about the show, so I don't even want to make predictions. I mean, I'm just excited. I think this show gave a lot of diverse comedy acts a platform to perform on national TV and create followings for their career moving forward. Follow me at Calvin Evans Comedy on Instagram. Also, I'm on Southside on Comedy Central.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
So watch that show.
So that's where we can watch you next on Southside and follow his Instagram.
Yeah.
So I mean, okay, well, guys, we're gonna be wrapping up the show here at Bring the Funny AfterBuzz After Show. I'm gonna start with Ben. Where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, obviously, right? It's at Benjamin Schnau, SCHNAU. Think about the dog. You got this, right? Also on Facebook. And I also do a Pennyworth on Sunday. And then on Monday, I also do The Terror. And now I actually also started doing the show The Dark in German for you guys. So my German people in Germany, you can also hear me talking German now for you guys as well. Check this out.
And hello, I am Zakiyyah. You can find me at Zakiyyah W_. I do Black Love on Sunday, so check that out. And I also do David Makes Man on Wednesday, so that's tomorrow. So check it out.
And go ahead, just tell them one more time.
One more time, Calvin Evans Comedy on IG. Follow me. And I'll be on Southside on Comedy Central. Check me out.
Check him out, that's right. And you can find me at JackieNova7 across the board, and go to oxfilms.us because that's where you can catch my movie trailer. It's called Art of Deception. It's a Richard Ryan film. Check it out. That's right. I'm also on Beverly Hills 90210. That is tomorrow. Also Pearson tomorrow night. And Thursday, Why Women Kill. Check it out. Bam! Thank you, AfterBuzzers, for watching. We love you.
Peace out.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.